Hi, boys and girls. So this week's writing, we're going to be doing a friendly letter. There are a few things that we have to review before we do the friendly letter. There are specific parts that go into a friendly letter, and it is really important that we know them and we remember to add them when we are writing our friendly letter. So I made this little poster and I wrote you guys a letter to review or to introduce the parts of a friendly letter that you guys can watch, and it will help you. So the very first part of our friendly letter is our heading. It goes at the top of the page, always on the right side. And our heading is our date. So it's the day that you wrote the friendly letter. So I wrote this letter to you guys on March 19th, 2020. So that is the heading. The next part is the greeting. So it's the greeting to whoever you're writing to. So I wrote mine to you guys. So I wrote Dear Room 11. You could write good morning. You could write good afternoon. And you're addressing whoever you're writing it to. So if you're writing a letter to your mom, you would say dear mom. If you're writing it to your dad, you would write dear dad, and same on if you're writing it to a friend, you would write dear your friend's name. The next part after the greeting goes to the body. It's what you are writing in your letter. It's the biggest part of your friendly letter. It's all the information that you want the person reading it to know. So if you're just reaching out to them and saying hi, it's where you would put it. If you want to put information in there, you can also put that in there. And then I always say to end it with a question. That way you can always receive a letter in return. So I wrote my letter to you guys. So at the end of this, I'll read it to you. And then you have your closing. Sorry. You have right down here is my closing. So I wrote with love. You can write sincerely. You can write love. You can write thank you. It's just the closing of your letter. It's you're bringing it all together before you add the very last part, which is your signature. Your signature is your name. It tells the reader who wrote the letter. So going from the very beginning, I have my heading. I wrote my letter on March 19th, 2020. I wrote it in my greeting to room 11. So it says, Dear Room 11. And then my body has all of this that I wrote to you. It says, In the past week, we have been learning from home. It is so different from being in the classroom. I wake up in the morning, video chat with a few of my students, and do all my work online. I miss seeing my smiling students run into the classroom each morning. I miss the silly times we have at recess, and most of all, I miss your bright and intelligent brains that answer all my tricky questions. I hope you are all doing well at home. I hope you are getting some fresh air outside, and I hope you are behaving for your parents. How is it being home? With love, Miss Loomis. So if you see, I ended it with a question, so that way if you were to write me a letter back, you have a way to start off your letter. Your letter would be about what you were doing at home or how is it at home. So today you're just going to brainstorm your ideas. I attached a document that you are going to answer a few questions, which could be what you write in your friendly letter. You are going to be writing a friendly letter to a classmate. That way I can share it with them once they are all done. If you have any question, boys and girls, you can come on the live chat from 9 to 10. You can send me an email or you can send me a comment.